Hey everyone, it's Melsa. Welcome back to my channel. So it's been about 6 weeks or so since we've gotten our tonal here. So today I am going to give you guys my full review of this machine, give you guys some thoughts, and whether or not I think it's worth it, who I think it might be good for, some things I like, some suggestions that I have for the future, and just my overall thought and impressions of the tonal machine after having used it for about 6 or so weeks. If you guys have not checked out my first impressions video yet, I will link it up here. There are some high-level overview of this machine if you are not familiar with it, but at a high level, this machine is essentially a cable machine that is mounted to your wall with a large screen attached to it. As you can see, there are 2 arms that come out from each side that is adjustable up and down and side to side that allow the user to access a variety of different movements, cable pull-throughs, bench press, really most like exercises that you'd be able to do with a typical cable machine is accessible with this machine as well. Each arm is capable of up to 100 pounds of resistance for a total of 200 pounds. The tonal is sort of a Peloton style machine whereby there is a host of different trainers, coaches, and programs that are accessible on the machine. You can register for a program or do individual workouts that are guided and already pre-planned, which really makes this sort of a no excuse, easily accessible workout for most individuals. Before purchasing, we went to a local Nordstrom to check out the machine for ourselves. It is a pretty expensive purchase, so for me personally, I wanted to touch, feel, and see how it would feel using this machine, as I've only really used dumbbells for resistance training. That really helped solidify my interest in the machine. So if you have a Nordstrom or a tonal retail store near you, I highly recommend going in and checking it out for yourself. They do free demos, so go ahead and check one out for yourself if you are interested. So let's talk about cost. This machine is not cheap. As of this recording, it is going for approximately $29.95 US for the cost of the machine by itself. So really the base price. There are a couple of accessories that I would say most everybody purchases with the machine that is an additional $495, bringing the total cost of the machine to about $3,500. The accessories include a sort of barbell type bar, smart handles, as well as a rope accessory that you can use for cable crunches, rope pull-throughs, etc. The benefits of these accessories include the ability to press on the handles to turn on and turn off the weights, as well as a little clip-on that you can attach to the barbell or the rope that does similar. If you decide that you do not want to buy the accessories, you can also start and stop the weights on the machine itself, or if you have an Apple Watch, the app will also allow you to start and stop and adjust your weights on the Apple Watch. However, I would say to get the full benefit of the machine, I highly recommend just getting the accessories as well. The accessory pack does also include things like the bench and a mat and a roller. Tonal does partner with a firm, so if you are interested in financing, that is an option right now. As of this recording, there is the ability to do 0% APR financing for $63 a month would be the sort of best price available. If you are interested, I would go ahead and recommend checking out their website. You can go ahead and enter your information and get a sort of quote without having to purchase the machine. So you can just go and see what you might be eligible for. You don't have to actually purchase the machine. In the decision-making process to get this machine for myself and my family, we decided to go ahead and purchase for a variety of reasons. One of the top reasons for me personally is that it is just very, very convenient. It is at home. I really started resistance training only earlier this year with a set of power block dumbbells that I purchased. However, the weights on them are quite limited. Like, they were a 24-pound pair, so almost 50 pounds total. However, they were quite broad, and I'm a relatively small person, so my concern with getting a bigger set of adjustable dumbbells would just be that they would be too sort of unwieldy for me to really handle appropriately. So I really like the idea of a cable machine to sort of help with that, as well as give me access to just a wider range of weights. I also really enjoy programming and having a planned workout available for me. I'm a big fan of YouTube workouts, as I'm sure you can tell by my channel, and so I like that there's already pre-programmed workouts on the machine. Tonal is also rolling out live workouts later this week that I'm absolutely super excited for. That was also sort of another appealing factor for myself with this machine. Again, it's available at home all the time. I tend to work out at like kind of weird hours. The ability to work out really late at night, 10 or 11, which is when I tend to work out when I have time, really was really appealing to me. Most gyms in my area aren't even open that late right now due to COVID reasons. So that was a really big appealing factor for me personally. You know, going to the gym, you're like 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, 20-minute shower, not including your actual workout. It's just a lot of time. With this, I can do a full workout, 30 to 40 minutes, and shower and sort of just be done. And if I want to do a shorter workout, I can do that. There's the programming also includes things like yoga, mobility, recovery. There's like dance workouts. So there's quite a lot of options, and I'm sure it'll just keep expanding. So that was really appealing for me as well. My partner sort of felt the same way. He does have a gym membership, but this was a cool option as well to be able to work out sort of whenever. There's really no excuse when it's, you know, just mounted on your wall and you don't have to go anywhere or do anything. You can freaking work out in your pajamas if you want to. So that was a huge appealing factor for us. As I mentioned before, Tonal has some financing options, which we did look into, but ultimately we decided to purchase this on a credit card with a sign-on bonus. So if you guys are not familiar with credit cards and sign-on bonuses, I would encourage you to go out and do some of your own research, but that is a route that we decided to go with as we were able to get some sign-on bonus points, cash back with the purchase. Additionally, for us, I like that when you purchase it with a credit card, a lot of credit card companies extend the warranty that the manufacturer provides. So that was a appealing factor for myself, as the Tonal warranty, while lengthy, I just would, you know, why not get a longer warranty if you can? So if not financing is an option for you, I would highly encourage you to look into using a credit card with a sign-on bonus and just get yourself some points. Some things to consider in purchasing this machine is whether or not you already have a gym membership, if you have any studio memberships like yoga or SoulCycle or Orange Theory Fitness or whatever that might be, and whether or not this might be a replacement for that. Total cost for this machine monthly, if you do decide to finance, if you get the best rate available, would be approximately $63 a month plus $50 a month for the programming of the machine. The $50 a month subscription is required for the first 12 months, after which you can cancel it. However, my opinion, if you are not planning on holding on to the membership, this machine really isn't that worth it. It becomes just a cable machine. It gives you a rep counter and the ability to adjust up and down. All of the features, modes, etc. are gone. If you are looking for just a cable machine and you have the space, it might be better to just invest in a traditional cable machine instead of a Tonal. If you are not planning on keeping the membership, with one exception, I think that if you do not have the space for a traditional cable machine, the Tonal is an excellent replacement, even if you do not plan on keeping the membership. Again, it is mounted to your wall. It's probably like far away from your wall, so it's very compact and it does not take up a lot of space. That would be the only exception, I think, if you are not interested in the programming and would still like a Tonal. I think the only reason to get one over a traditional cable machine would be if you just don't have the space. The Tonal does have some really awesome features that I also mentioned in my first impressions video, but I'll outline them again here. There is an eccentric and chains mode, which helps pack on the weight in your movement. So eccentric gives you weight on the up and the down, while chains mode add on weight at the top of your move. Think like if you were to add chains to a barbell or whatever it is you would typically add chains to at the gym. There's also a spotter and burnout mode. Spotter mode lowers the weight if it feels you struggling. So if you are doing a bench press, for example, and you're taking a long time to complete the rep, Tonal will start to lower the weight so that you're able to complete the rep, but bring the weight back up to whatever your starting weight was for your next rep. Burnout mode will lower the weight and keep lowering the weight if you are unable to finish the set. The default is typically spotter mode, but I actually prefer burnout mode a lot of the time, because usually if I'm tired and I'm unable to complete a rep, there is a good chance that I'm not going to be able to complete any further reps at that same weight. Totally personal preference, and it's completely adjustable and customizable. Even in the programs, you can turn on and off any of these modes, so it is entirely up to you how you want to work out. There is also a free lift mode, which basically lets you choose whatever you want to do. So you can custom make your own workouts via the app, which will then be on your tonal. You can also custom make workouts just on the tonal right before your workout with their library of moves. If there is a move that you want to do that is not on a tonal, you can pick handle move, rope move, or barbell move and just do whatever it is that you want. So a good example for this is if you were to buy additional accessories and T-locks to attach to your tonal, like any cable machine, and there are some movements that are not in their movement library yet, and you can still do these. Just keep in mind that your progress will not necessarily be tracked in the same way just because that movement is not in their library. However, all of the other modes, eccentric, chains, etc., are all still available in the sort of free lift modes. So here are some of my thoughts after using this machine for 6 weeks and completing a program. I really enjoy it. Some of my favorite things about this machine include the stats and the analytics that are available on the app and on the tonal itself. I really enjoy seeing my progression from week to week and workout to workout, and even a movement on different days. I just enjoy seeing that progress. It really is motivating to see in numbers yourself improving. That's really nice, and I don't have to track it myself. It tracks my reps, my sets, my weights, all of those good things. So I really enjoy the progress tracking. I also really enjoy the gamifying of working out. Strength score, for example, is another great example of being a very motivating factor for me. I enjoy seeing it increase. There are also little badges and things like it'll pop up with a little icon and a little ding if you hit a new PR for a certain movement, and that's just really fun to see. I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the programming. They are always coming out with new programs and workouts every week, and it's just fun to scroll through even if I'm already, in a program. So I really enjoy those factors. There's also yoga, cardio, dance. There are family-friendly workouts available on the tonal, so if you have kids, that's an option as well. So all great features. I love that it's very convenient, like I mentioned before. I like that I can work out at home at any time that I want. I love that I can hop on and off the machine super quickly, and overall it's just really fun and enjoyable to use. Some areas where I would like to see tonal improve or add on to, I would love the option to enroll in more than one program at a time. As of right now, you can only register for one program at a time. You can do any workouts, and I believe you can also do any program workouts. During that program, it just won't register you in a program, in a second program at the same time, which is kind of a bummer to me. And I understand the reason behind it, right? Like, the programs are designed in such a way to help you improve your strength and all those things, within that program. Adding a second program could possibly impact whatever that first program was meant to do. However, I would still like that option, and right now I know some other people are getting around it by creating a second account and just doing a second program on a second account, but I would really like the option to add a second program on my main account. Right now I'm just picking other workouts, but it would still be really fun to be able to do 2 programs at the same time. Other things are, I do notice on occasion that my machine, if the arms are all the way down and I'm trying to pull the arms down, it is very rattly. So the quick fix for that is to just pull my arm out and then move the arms up and down, and that seems to work totally perfectly fine. So I'm not really sure what that is, but I do wish that they would fix that. Another thing that I am hoping they bring to tonal is some more in-depth form correction. There is a camera on the tonal that is, as of now, not being used for anything, and my guess is that in the future it will be used for form correction, maybe personal training or something of the sort, but that would be something that I would be really excited about. Lastly, I really hope that they are going to continue to add to the movement library. There are plenty of movements that I believe are very accessible on the tonal that are not part of the movement library, and it would just be really nice to have more options like cable kickbacks, donkey kicks. Right now there's glute bridges on the ground, but I would like glute bridges on a bench, for example, would be really nice. So just some additions to the movement library I think would be really nice. Cons to this machine obviously are the price. It is quite pricey, so it is absolutely an investment. So that would be, I think, the main con to this machine. Other cons might be that, you only have access to up to 200 pounds of resistance, 100 pound per arm, and that might be impactful to some folks if you are like a bodybuilder or something and you lift really heavy. My understanding though is that the magnetic weights feel very different than free weights. Now, I've never actually used a free barbell at the gym, but comparing it to my dumbbells, it absolutely feels different, and I certainly I generally do less weights on the tonal versus on my dumbbells, which is quite interesting. Just gonna call that out. The tonal would be good for anyone who likes to work out strictly at home, or at least mostly works out at home. If you are someone who is motivated by going to the gym and working out around other people, this might not be the machine for you. This is a machine for someone who probably already has a history of consistently working out or is interested in starting a new fitness routine. I will caveat this with, if you are not someone who works out often and you have a history of purchasing workout equipment and sort of letting it conduct dust, this might not change that. The tonal does not give you the motivation to work out. It is just an option and a tool, and it is a very expensive option and tool. That being said, the tonal does offer a 30-day trial / money back guarantee. So if you are interested, you can always go that route, try it out for 30 days and decide whether or not this is something that you can keep on doing. For me personally, I'd already been working out very consistently since March, and that was a long enough time for me to determine that this is a habit that I will continue. I have been taking workout classes multiple times a week for years prior to that. Just specifically had not been resistance training in the same sort of way with like weights. I was convinced to myself that this is a habit that I will continue, and has, at least for the past 6 weeks, proven true. So it was a worthy investment for me. However, it is just something I would strongly think to myself before purchasing, as again, it is quite a hefty investment. Other considerations and folks that this might be good for, this would be good for someone who's interested in adding resistance training to your workout, or someone who already does a lot of resistance training. If you are someone who is mostly a cardio workout person, this might not be the worst machine for you. There are cardio options on this machine, but that is not the focus of the tonal. So if you are looking for a strictly cardio or mostly cardio option, this may not be the right option for you. And lastly, this is a cable machine, and it feels quite different than traditional weights. So if that is something that is really important to you, this might not be the right machine if you are not interested in doing cable, digital, magnetic weights, as it does feel quite different. This would be for you if you, like me, are concerned about dropping weights on yourself or on the floor. I like that the tonal is a safe way to explore weightlifting and heavier weightlifting than traditional weights. I really like that I can work out at home, in the comfort of my own home, without any concerns of going to the gym late at night or early in the morning. So that is something that I personally really appreciate. Overall, after having used this machine for about 6 weeks, I am 100% happy with our purchase thus far. It has lived up to my expectations. I feel very strong. I'm able to lift heavier weights because we have heavier weights available. Overall, I'm super happy with our purchase. I hope you guys found this video helpful, entertaining. If you did, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and give me a thumbs up. Hit the notification bell if you are interested in hearing more from me. And let me know down in the comments below if you are planning on purchasing a tonal for yourself. I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll try my best. And if you already have a tonal, give me your thoughts. What are your thoughts on this machine? If you have a favorite program or a favorite coach, let me know. I'm still making my way through all the coaches, and I'm still, feeling them out and seeing who I like best. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!